Welcome to Mr. B's Basic Hand Drums. This is lesson number 1 for ages 8 to 18 and over. Brought to you today by the Utah Division of Arts and Museums. Now, to enjoy this video lesson, you will not need to have a fancy drum. You will do fine with a box, or pots and pans, or a large water bottle, or a bucket, or a coffee can, or even your lap. Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Ballard. But you can call me Mr. B. I've been an elementary teacher since 1986, and I started teaching world music and African drums in my elementary class clear back in 1995. So I've been doing this for a while. I wanted to share with you some things about hand drums and hand drumming. First, we'll start with the drum. This drum right here is a djembe. Okay? It's a West African style drum that is made out of African heartwood. And on top, it has goat skin. This happened to be a speckled goat. The goat skin is held tight by ropes all the way around, and it's really tight. Now, to protect a drum while you're playing, you shouldn't be wearing anything harder than your hands, okay? The top of the drum should never have anything harder than your hands. These hand drums are never played with sticks. They're always played with your hands. You'll notice I don't have my watch, and I don't have my bracelet, and I don't have my rings on because it could damage the top of the head. So, that's the first thing. Second thing is, how do you hold these drums, okay? First thing, you're going to pull the drum in tight between your legs, and then you're going to tilt it forward, a little bit forward, so that you can, I do it so you can see my hands, but it's also the most comfortable way to play. And then you're going to cross your feet, you can't see me do it, cross your feet in front of the drum, so it's held nice and tight. It's not going to fall over. That protects the drum from falling over and hitting the floor. Now, if you have a smaller drum than mine, you're going to want to take it and lift it off the ground, cross your legs around it, tuck your feet under, and then push the top of the head down so it's even with your knees. And that's nice and comfortable, and it won't fall out. Okay? So that's how you hold the drum. Okay? So we're going to get started. We're going to look at our hands first. Okay? Our hands are our instruments. Okay? You need to hold them a certain way. You're going to put your fingers together, leave your thumbs out. Now you're going to put them Superman style, nice and stiff and straight, ready to play. Now you're going to take your dominant hand, the one you write with, and put it on the middle of the drum, and put the other hand in your lap for now. We're going to be learning first West African style drumming, which has 3 strokes. The strokes are called bass. Everyone say bass. Right. Tone. Everyone say tone. Okay. And slap. Everyone say slap. Very good. We're going to start with the bass. Now the bass, your hand is in the very center of the drum, fingers together, thumb out, and there's 2 rules about all of these strokes. The first rule is you bounce your hand off the drum, okay? So when you come down, you don't just leave your hand on the top, because that just goes thud, okay? You want to bounce your hand off so that it goes boom. Very good. Second rule is that you're going to keep your hands low. Now, my 4th graders always wanted to drum like this, with their hands clear up above their shoulders. The only thing that'll do is hurt your hands. It doesn't particularly make the drum any louder. Okay? So keep your hands low. 4 to 6 inches off the drum is all you need. Sometimes you'll come a little bit higher, but most of the time you'll just keep it low. And that speeds up your drumming as well as protects your hands and the drum head. Okay, so the first stroke is called the bass. It's in the middle. I'll play 3, and you play 3 back to me. Here we go. Now the other hand. Both hands. You have mastered the bass. Now we're going to do tone. Now tone, your fingers and your hand is in the same position, nice and stiff, fingers together, thumb out, but now you're going to do something different. You're going to bend your hand right there. And that bend fits nicely on the edge of the drum. Your fingers from your knuckles on out are on top of the drum. Your palm and your thumb are hanging off the back. Now if you're hitting the hard edge too hard and it's hurting your hand, just lift your elbow a little so that only your fingers touch. Now are you ready? I'll play 3, you play 3. Dominant hand first. Other hand. Both hands. You've got it. Okay? So that's the tone. Now the third one is called slap. And the slap, your hand is the same position as tone, but now we're going to break the rules. We're not going to hold it stiff and flat anymore. We're going to spread our fingers out and we're going to loosen them up so they're floppy. Now this stroke goes right across this part, the top meaty part of your hand, and it goes against the edge of the drum. That doesn't make any noise because it's not you're not hitting the drum head, you're hitting the edge. Now because your fingers are spread out and loose, they're going to act like little whips. And all 4 of those little whips are going to whip down on top of the drum and your fingertips are going to make the slap sound. Watch carefully, it goes like this. Did you see my hands flip? I'll try it a little slower so you can see. Okay, did you see him whip? Okay. So, I'll play 3, you play 3 back to me. Here we go, dominant hand. Other hand. Both hands. Very good. Now we have all 3 sounds that you need to play West African style drums. We have the bass, which is our low note. We have the tone, which is our medium note. And we have the slap, which is our high note. Okay? One more thing I want to teach you before we get started. And it is a technique called a flam. Everyone say flam. Now a flam is a 2-handed stroke. But instead of both hands coming down at the same time, you have one hand a little above the other so that when it comes down, it goes boom, boom. Okay? So you have 2, that's a flam. So let's practice that. I'll play 3, you play 3 back to me. We'll start with basses. Ready? And now tones. And finally slaps. So did you hear the double beat every time you came down? That's a flam. Now, let's start by playing a game. The game is called the echo game. Whatever I do, you echo back to me. Watch my hands, because if I play with my right hand, you want to play with your right hand. If I play with my left, you want to play with your left. If I play with both, you play with both. And I'm going to throw in some other things to see if I can mess you up. Are you ready? Here we go. messed up, didn't you? I pulled a fast one on you. I was doing 4-count beats all along, and then I threw in an 8-count beat, and that messed you up. Okay? So let's do that one again, but do it in slow motion so you can get all. There's 7 strokes, but there's 8 counts. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is silent. Okay? So let's do it a little faster. Here we go. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got it? Okay. You can go back and practice this as many times. You can always reverse and go back, practice until you've got it. But now let's finish it off by, I'll play it in medium time, and then you go back to me. Here we go. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good. You've got it. Okay. I want to start now with a rhythm. Instead of you echoing what I do, we're going to play something together. Okay? This is going to be a very simple rhythm, just with one hand. Well, use your dominant hand, whichever one you write with. And we're just going to go back and forth. Bass, tone, bass, tone. And I'm going to throw some other things in and switch around things as we go. And just listen to me and follow what I do. Here we go. Ready, and bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone. Pretty easy rhythm, right? We've got it. We're going to switch to the other hand now. Bass, tone, bass, tone. We've got it. Switch back. Switch again. Switch back. Now we're going to start doing things with 2 hands. Same rhythm, but 2 hands. Your dominant hand on bass and your other hand on tone. Here we go. Something a little tougher. We're going to switch after every 2 beats. We're going to switch hands. So it's going to go right, left, right, left, bass, tone, bass, tone. Same rhythm. Right, left, right, left. Now we want to stop, but we all want to stop at the same time. So you're going to follow me and do what I do. Here we go. Rolling. Everybody up and down together. 1 hit. Okay? I heard a bunch of ups going on, so let's try it one more time. Up. Very good. That's called a rolling stop. Okay, now I want you to learn an African rhythm. This rhythm is called Joli. Everyone say Joli. Very good. Now, Joli is taught by saying a sentence. And the sentence I'm going to use is walk the fat dog. So say it with me over and over. Here we go. Ready, and walk the fat dog. Walk the fat dog. Walk the fat dog. Walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, stop. Okay? Now to walk the fat dog, Joli, you're going to put your dominant hand on bass, you're going to put your other hand on tone, and you're just going to go back and forth. Let's do it in the air first so that you can see exactly how it's going to go. So we're going to do it up here, not on the drum. So we're going to go with our dominant hand first and then switch back and forth. So it goes, walk the fat dog, 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 stop. Now let's try it on the drum. Bass, tone, 1, 2, ready, and walk the fat dog, 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 stop. Now how many of you guys have ever walked a dog? Yeah. Do dogs walk in straight lines? Nope. Do they walk in rhythm like that beat? Nope. Neither does Jolie. You walk the fat dog 3 times, and on the 4th time, you trip on the fat dog. Have you done that? I've done that. Okay. So it goes walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog. Now I'm going to teach you how to trip on the fat dog. When you trip on the fat dog, your hands are in the same position, but this time you say trip and bring this hand up. That's to remind that hand down there that it's supposed to do 2 beats before this one comes back down for fat dog. So it goes trip on the fat dog. Did you hear it? Did you see it? Okay, let's try to do that. We'll do it slow. Here we go. It goes trip on the fat dog. 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 Stop. Now we need to put it all together. Walk the fat dog. Walk the fat dog. Walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog. And we're going to do this for about 30 seconds so that you've got a big practice thing. And then you can always go back for that 30 seconds and do it over and over and over until you've got it. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, and walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat Very good. You've got it. Now remember, you can go back anytime and look at this again and practice over and over and over. Now the last thing I want to talk about is practicing on your own if you don't have a drum, but you can practice anywhere. I do it all over the place. Okay? You use your lap, your knees, for basses. Your chest is your tones, and your head are your slaps. So doing Jolie, you're going to have your dominant hand on a knee, your other hand on your chest, and go walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog. You've got it? Good. That's a great place to practice. You can do it anywhere. You can do it riding on the bus. You can do it in your car. You can do it sitting on a park bench. You won't make it enough noise to bother anybody either. Okay? So don't have to worry about waking people up. Okay. This is the end of lesson 1. And I invite you to come back for lesson 2 through 8. We go quite a ways. And by the end of those lessons, you should feel pretty comfortable playing hand drums. Okay, so see you next time. And remember, this is brought to you by Utah Division of Arts and Museums. Thank you.